Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's yours truly, Ricky T. Anthony, training with Pryd, Pryd, and Muscle Central Television, bringing you my Mr. Olympia 2018 Classic Physique Recap. Now let's get right to it. First of all, I'll start with Danny Hester. What did I say? Reluctantly, I didn't want to say that he wouldn't make the top 10. I didn't think, hey, it was what it was. So let's just hats off to the former and the first Classic Physique champion. But honestly, I don't think he's ever going to see the top 10 again, much less the top 6. These guys are bringing it, and it is what it is. So, 9th place, Terrence Ruffin. Only knock I have on Terrence Ruffin, and I said it in my pre-Olympia prediction, too small. He's too small. And I saw on his Instagram where he says, you know what? I have time to put on 15 pounds. Let's see what happens. If he can get that conditioning with the 15 pounds, he's going to be dangerous. And I'll say that. I'll take it to the grave. 8, Regan Grimes. He didn't bring enough to the table. He couldn't bring and hold that conditioning that he had in the last show that he won. I mean, coming down from being, what was he, about 240, 250 on stage, and coming down to being like 220 or something like that. It's hard to pull that off. Chris Aceto pulled the miracle off with him in the last show. It's hard to hold it and do it again. He just didn't bring enough. And whatever he had, when you go up against the best of the best of the best, it's, it is what it is. 7, Steve Loris. He looked pretty good. Nice shape, nice flow, and but he lacked a bit of structure. He lacked a bit in the structure of his physique. But again, he had great shape, great flow to his physique. Can't take anything away from Steve. We'll see what happens to Steve going forward. Who we got next? Danny Yonan. I think that's how you pronounce it, Danny Yonan. I hope I didn't mispronounce it. If I did, forgive me. He had good balance to his physique, and he bore pretty good conditioning. He has a nice future in the sport. He just needs development. A few more years coming on, and he's going to develop really nicely in the sport. He is someone to look for in the future. Give him a year or two. When he starts blossoming into his own, then you're going to see it. Number 5, Arash Rabar. Not as conditioned as he normally is. I don't know. He was just lacking. And I really had him in the, I figured he would nail it to be top 4, top 3, duking it out with Bumsted, Peterson, and Breon Hensley. But unfortunately, he wasn't that. His conditioning was just off enough for him to fall to that spot. Henry Pierre Arnaud. I think I mentioned him in my lead up to the Olympia. He brought crazy conditioning. He was gnarly from left to right, front to back, top to bottom. He has very good balance, but he still needs a little more maturity. He needs to bring that little it factor out of his physique so that he can really, abandoned dog found in Prospect Park. Oh, I'm sorry. The TV was on some caught my eye. Anyway, he really needs to bring that out of his physique. Really and truly does. But I'll give him a couple years, just like I did with Danny. In a couple years, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. This is what makes the classic physique class so exhilarating, so exciting, because you never know from one day to the next with all these guys popping out of woodwork, guys moving up from physique, guys dropping down from the open, etc., etc. You never know what you're going to get. Let's get to number 3, George Peterson. George the Bull Peterson. Crazy conditioning, flow, balance. He was improved from last year. I don't know what more people want from him. He could have been, in my opinion, he was easily second. He should have been second. And there are arguments that said that, you know, he should have been in the running, like taking Breon Hensley, you know, all the way, taking him all the way to fight for that first spot. But congrats to George, Big Georgia Bull Peterson. I think he should have been in second place. Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I watch it at home, on my computer, on my TV, just like everyone else. I was in the front row judging. Maybe I missed something. Second place, Bumsted. He wasn't as conditioned as he was the year before. He has great balance and flow like he does, but his conditioning wasn't there, which is why I had George the Bull Peterson ahead of him. So, go figure. Maybe he's another one that the industry wants to push. Who knows? And number one, Breon Hensley. He bought the goods. You got to knock the champ out to take the title. Excuse me. And Breon was Breon. Like I said, there are guys in this game with a level of consistency. George Peterson is one of them. Breon is another one. Count on those guys to bring it. Count on those guys to bring it. And I will throw this back in about George. As long as I've known George, every time I've seen him and you didn't think he could get any better or any more conditioned, he gets better and gets more conditioned. So, if there is room for improvement with George, watch out, guys. Watch out, guys, in 2019. Okay, so Breon, hats off to you. Congratulations. You are the man at Classic Physique. Second year in a row, winning and defending champion. Congratulations. I salute you. Ricky T. Anthony. And that's all I got.